Hello and welcome back to Whiskey Wars. My name is Sean and tonight we'll be reviewing Redwood Empire's Pipe Dream. Let's get into it. Okay, here is our bottle for this evening, Redwood Empire's Pipe Dream. And first off, it is a pretty cool looking bottle. Lots of cool stuff on it. For instance, on the front it says, "The power of imagination makes us infinite." Maybe so. We'll have to see about that. And then, of course, for those that don't know, this is a product of California. It's bottled in Sonoma County, California. And it has the longitude, latitude on the side here. That's kind of cool. And then on the back, just a little bit about them. Bourbon whiskey. Yeah, Pipe Dream is meticulously crafted from hand-selected barrels aged at least 4 years. Aging our barrels in the temperate climate of the Northern California coast allows for a slow and even extraction of flavor, producing a whiskey of exceptional balance and complexity. Well, of course, we're going to find out about that very shortly. And then there it goes on to talk about the land of the giants, which is, of course, the redwood trees that California is famous for. And then down at the bottom, more stuff about Pipe Dream. And all in all, pretty cool bottle. But let's see what is inside it and see if it's worth a buy. So this bottle is around the $30 price point. That is kind of the theme we're going with these next couple months here. Bourbon's around the $30 price point, trying to find the best one. So let's see how, I was about to set it down there. You guys need to see it. So let's see how this one stacks up to our other $30-ish bottles. Let's, of course, go in first for the nosing and see what we can get on the smell. So lots of sour oak notes right away. That's kind of what hits your nose first. There is also some brown sugar in there. Maybe a little caramel. There's almost like a saltiness to this, like almost like a salted caramel. And there's kind of some like wet hay notes. I know that they are saying this is 4 years old, and I have to take their word on that, but it smells young, if I'm honest. It's kind of all of the things you would expect from a younger whiskey. Now, of course, the way that each rickhouse goes about aging their barrels is different, and so people can get different results from different age statements. But it smells younger than 4 years. I'm just going to put that out there. But maybe the taste will surprise us. Let's go for our first sip. Well, I gotta say, I am pleasantly surprised by the palate. It is much nicer than I expected from the nose. Very kind of thick, creamy, almost like liquid caramel. Especially when on the front of the palate, when it first hits your tongue, it's a very nice mouthfeel. Getting lots of caramel presence on the palate. Definitely some brown sugar. There's almost like a smokiness in there as well. And then also you're getting kind of some vanilla in there. And also you are kind of getting that kind of salted caramel note. Let's go in for one more sip here and see what else we can get. So again, I would say probably the dominant flavor is caramel, but you're also getting kind of a slight chocolatey note in there as well. And then there's almost kind of this leathery note, which is usually something you find in older bourbons, but you're getting a slight amount of that in there. And all in all, it's a pretty nice mouthfeel and a pretty good experience. So as you can see, this is not my first sip of this bottle, and I typically do not review the neck pour of a bottle because they can be harsh, and this one was. If I'm being honest, I did not expect to enjoy this much in the review because the first couple pours I had of this were not great. They tasted as young as the nose smells. The mouthfeel was not great. It was very hot for the proof that it is. Now, let's see, this proof is 90 proof. So it drank a lot hotter than that the first 2 times I had this. Now, one thing to note, and I've kind of talked about this in the past, is that because we're getting into wintertime, my whiskey room is cooled off some. It's about 6 to 7 degrees cooler than it was 2 to 3 weeks ago when I'd first tried this. So that can make a difference. So if you're drinking a little warmer, then maybe your experience might be different. But I think at this temperature, it's right around 68 to 70 degrees. It's a pretty good bourbon. Now, with all that said, folks, I would say for me, as long as it maintains this flavor profile, I would say it's a buy. With that said, I would probably expect some harshness on your neck pours. I know that's what I got. But all in all, I think it's a pretty well-rounded bourbon. I don't really care for the nose that much. That kind of dings it some. And the finish is not great. The finish kind of disappears pretty quickly. I would say it's definitely a short finish. But the palate is pretty nice. Pretty standard bourbon notes, but they are nice. So with all that said, I think I would rate this pretty good. I'm going to go 7.3 on this. I think it's definitely deserving of that. I think if it had a better nose and a better finish, it might be able to compete with the Knob Creeks and the Maker's Marks 46 and things like that. But they got a little work to do to kind of get to that caliber. But definitely a decent bourbon. So if you have not tried Redwood Empire's Pipe Dream, definitely go pick it up for yourself. And I hope you guys enjoy it. If you enjoyed the video, then please hit that like button. And if you want to see more reviews from me, then you can click right here for more reviews. And if you're really enjoying the channel, then you can click right here to subscribe. And with all that said, folks, just remember, you can never have too much good whiskey.